How to stay calm in chaos. Stoicism in simple words. Stoicism in action. How philosophy becomes a way of life. We've already clarified. Stoicism is not about indifference, emotional suppression, or passively accepting everything that happens. It's about inner freedom, clear thinking, and strength of character. But philosophy isn't just a collection of elegant ideas. It only becomes meaningful when it becomes a part of real life. So, how does Stoicism help us live better? What does it mean to be a Stoic not just on paper, but in everyday life at home, at work, during tough conversations, or in moments of crisis? Let's explore. Resilience doesn't mean rigidity. Let's say you're going through a painful breakup or a loss. Stoicism doesn't say, don't feel pain. It says, yes, you're hurting. That's okay. But don't let that pain control your actions. That's the strength of this philosophy. It doesn't make you numb. It helps you avoid being broken by your emotions. What does a Stoic care about? A Stoic is not indifferent to the world. They simply choose consciously where to spend their energy. They care about the kind of person they are becoming, how justly they treat others, how honest they are with themselves, how they respond to external events. They don't chase control over others. What matters to them is being at peace with themselves. This leads to a life that is simpler but deeper. Less anxiety, more clarity. Less struggle for the external, more work on the internal. Mistakes are part of the journey. One of the key insights in Stoicism is that you don't have to be perfect. Even a sage, according to the Stoics, makes mistakes from time to time. What matters is awareness, learning, and a steady effort to improve. A Stoic doesn't beat themselves up for hours after getting angry or frustrated. They say, yes, I lost my temper. It happened, but I can learn from it and try to be wiser next time. It's a path, gradual, honest, and calm, without self-punishment, but with discipline. The modern Stoic, what does it look like? A modern Stoic isn't someone in a toga reading by candlelight. It's a regular person who holds back from reacting when a pointless argument erupts in a work chat, doesn't waste energy on someone cutting them off in traffic, accepts that someone didn't reply to a message without overthinking it, doesn't blame circumstances, but looks for what they can do. A Stoic is someone who keeps order inside, even when there's chaos outside. The role of reason in Stoicism. A Stoic's main tool is reason, not cold logic, but clear, grounded thinking. Before reacting, a Stoic asks, is this within my control? What's the best response? What would a person of dignity do? Am I overreacting? They don't let emotions take the lead, but they don't suppress them either. They use reason to guide themselves, not to be puppets of their feelings. Anticipating trouble, the Stoic morning practice. Another powerful Stoic habit is premeditatio malorum, anticipating difficulties. In the morning, a Stoic asks, what might go wrong today? What could upset, anger, or confuse me? They're not being pessimistic, they're training the mind to be ready. So when things do go wrong, it's not a shock, it's a chance to put philosophy into practice. Evening reflection, a mirror for the soul. At night, the Stoic reflects, where did I act with dignity? Where did I fall short? Where could I have been softer, wiser, calmer? It's not a checklist, it's an honest conversation with the self. Growth comes not from judgment, but from striving toward virtue. Small actions, big philosophy. You don't have to read Epictetus to live by Stoic principles. Start small. When you feel irritation, pause for 10 seconds and take a breath. When anxiety appears, ask if you can control the situation. When you want to complain, remember that you still get to choose your attitude. When you see others make mistakes, don't judge. Ask, what would a wise person do? Philosophy lives in action, and it shows up most powerfully in the little things. Stoic and society. Stoicism is not a philosophy for hermits. It doesn't teach retreat from the world. On the contrary, it teaches how to be a better part of society. A Stoic is fair to others, is patient, avoids unnecessary conflict, doesn't chase praise, but isn't crushed without it. does their work quietly, honestly, and with dignity. Final thoughts. To be alive is not to fear life. Stoicism is a philosophy for the living. It's not about hiding from life, it's about facing it head-on, even when it's rough. To be stoic means not running from reality, not hiding behind excuses, not shifting blame, not losing peace over what you can't control. It's a path of maturity, clarity, and humanity.
What is Stoicism in simple terms? When we hear the word stoic, most people imagine someone with a stone face who feels nothing. Someone who doesn't smile, doesn't cry, doesn't complain, just exists, as if their emotions are switched off. But in reality, Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or silently enduring everything. True Stoicism is about inner strength, a rational approach to life, and the ability to remain calm even when there's a storm around you. So, what is Stoicism in simple terms? A philosophy proven by time. Stoicism was born over 2,000 years ago in ancient Greece. Its founder was Zeno of Citium, but the philosophy became truly influential thanks to people like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. These weren't just scholars, they were doers. They didn't sit in ivory towers giving lectures. They wrote and thought deeply about life while being in exile, in war, or in positions of power. Stoicism was designed from the start as a practical philosophy for everyday life. Its purpose is to help a person stay calm, rational, and free no matter the circumstances. What we can control and what we can't. The core idea of Stoicism can be summed up in one phrase: separate what is within your control from what is not. We can't control the weather, the economy, other people's opinions, illnesses, broken cars, or noisy neighbors. But we can control our own thoughts, our reactions, our actions, and our decisions. The Stoics say, if you can't control it, don't give it your soul. Sure, it's hard when someone is rude to you, when things fall apart, or when plans fail. But a Stoic doesn't ask, why is this happening to me? A Stoic asks, how can I respond to this with dignity? You are not your emotions. Stoicism doesn't teach you to become emotionless. It says emotions are natural. Anger, fear, anxiety, frustration, they will show up. But you don't have to follow them. You can feel and still act with reason. Imagine a ship's captain. The storm is your emotions, but the captain doesn't let go of the wheel, he holds the course. A Stoic is someone who keeps hold of their inner wheel, even when the waves are crashing around them. The core is virtue. For the Stoics, the most important thing in life is virtue, not in the sense of rules or morality, but in the sense of character. Virtue means wisdom, understanding what's going on and how to act well. Courage, facing difficulties instead of running away. Justice, acting fairly and respectfully. Self-discipline, keeping yourself under control. If you live by these principles, you are living well no matter your circumstances. Money, fame, career, they may come or they may not, but your character is always with you. Why Stoicism matters today. In our modern world, where everything changes fast, where news never stops, and where social media constantly triggers comparison and anxiety, Stoicism gives us a foundation. It doesn't promise that everything will be easy. It says, things will be hard, but you will endure if you think clearly and act with dignity. It helps you rely less on the opinions of others, get angry less, and worry less about what you can't control. Stoicism is not armor, it's calm in your chest, even when there's thunder outside. How to practice Stoicism in daily life. Here are a few simple Stoic habits you can start using today. 1. In the morning, ask, what could knock me off balance today, and how can I respond wisely? 2. During the day, remind yourself, this is outside my control, and let it go. 3. In the evening, reflect, where did I act with virtue? Where could I have done better? 4. Don't complain. Instead, ask, what can I do? 5. Don't judge others, you don't know their story. Focus on your own growth. A philosophy not for everyone, but for anyone. Stoicism doesn't give quick fixes. It's not motivation or a happiness hack. It's a path. The path of someone who wants to be strong, honest, and calm. Someone who doesn't try to control the world, but learns to control themselves, and by doing that, helps make the world better. Conclusion. Stoicism is not about living without feelings. It's about not being a slave to them. It's not about passive endurance. It's about true freedom. It's not a philosophy of detachment. It's a philosophy of action. Rational, calm, confident. If the idea of inner strength, calmness, and self-control speaks to you, Stoicism might become your reliable guide. Subscribe to the channel if you want to dive deeper. Here, we explore Stoic ideas together, learn how to apply them in real life, face challenges, make wise decisions, and live with integrity. Like this video if you found value in it, and drop a comment below. What do you think about Stoicism? Have you tried applying it in your life? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.